Hey, what's up, guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to talk about how you can have an infinite amount of niche research at your disposal for any print-on-demand platform. You ready? Let's get started. So, this channel is all about using those print-on-demand platforms like Merch and Etsy to increase our passive income online so that we can invest this income in things like the stock market, real estate, and other things like that, to increase our wealth and produce financial freedom for ourselves and our families. If that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, infinite niche research. This means that you have any amount of options to do any sort of thing in any niche, and the ideas are literally limitless as long as you know that a niche sells well. So, that seems to be the biggest issue. Whenever people go into a niche, like let's say they go into a bigger niche and they don't really know what to design for, they've already designed every phrase that people have on that niche, and they don't know what to do next. They don't know how to bring any sort of niche research to that market to do anything else. The first thing to remember in this niche research process is that if you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby. Anyway, it's true. It's true that if you aren't first, you're going to be last, because what you're doing now as your niche research goes is that you're likely going into niches, looking at phrases, putting those phrases into certain, search engines or whatever to see how many results come up, and then seeing how the competition is for those. So, what you can do to turn this on its head is actually bring something completely different to the market that no one has before. Because now you will be the person that people are chasing if they want to sell anything at all. Now, this is where the true money is. In niche research, you need to be doing something new. Your niche research does not need to be how to find a niche that doesn't have that many competitors or isn't that saturated. Saturation is great. Saturation means that there is enough money being spent there that you can now enter the niche as well, bring something new, and actually make money that matters and not just the scraps from, someone decided to buy your design that's not the original. Does that make sense? Hopefully so. So, if you're not first, you're last, and you need to bring something to the niche to get started. Now, this presumes that you're going after niches that are pretty big. So, niches that are, maybe over 2,000 results, definitely for sure. But they need to be something where a lot of money is being spent. I've done things on like the niche research and things like that before, but we'll quickly go over it right now. Is that whenever you whenever you look up a new niche, whether it's the coffee niche, mom niche, vegan, autism, things like that, the research you need to do is there a bunch of money being spent here? If the first page that shows up has below 1 million and a few 200,000 BSRs, you're in the right spot. Niche research, as far as the base niche that you're selling for, is done. So now, how do you create designs for this niche that are actually going to sell? And before we go any further, you'll definitely need to know that ads are going to be involved in this process, because organically ranking in these larger niches takes a lot of time, and you don't have a lot of time because you need to make money now. So definitely use ads, and I'll link to my ad video here that I used, and it would take about 13 minutes to probably explain the process of ads. So watch that video and we'll move on now. So you're in a larger niche, you found a niche that sells well, and you want to bring something new to this market, but you don't really know how to do it. Well, the good news for you is that there is an amazing tool out there called Pinterest. And Pinterest is an amazing resource for people who are in the print-on-demand space, because you can go to Pinterest and basically type anything in, put shirts after it, and then you see a whole bunch of results. Now, the best thing that you can do for yourself right now, let's say we're in the St. Patrick's Day niche, because St. Patrick's Day is coming up. It's January right now, but March is right around the corner, where St. Patrick's Day is going to be very prevalent. So, what we're going to do for this example into how I do my niche research and how you can apply this to your niche research is that we're going to combine the St. Patrick's and teachers niche, because these two together sell really well. And if you can get one that's kind of generic, that starts in the teacher, a design that's generic, that starts in the teacher's niche, that's maybe not super geared towards teachers, it might also rank in St. Patrick's Day. So that's why cross-niching is a great idea, but we can talk about that in another video. So we're going after the teacher's niche and the St. Patrick's Day niche. So how do you do this, or how do you bring a new design to this market without copying something that everyone else has done, or a bunch of played out St. Patrick's Day designs? Well, think about niches that have a lot of sayings that maybe aren't directly related to what you're talking about. So what is the main thing that most people consume, that they think about all the time, and that people probably have more shirts about than anything? Coffee. Coffee is that niche. Coffee would be a massive niche to go into, but this is just an example of how you can use something a niche completely unrelated to the niche that you're going after, to increase your ability to create designs. So what I did was I went on Pinterest, I found a shirt that was related to coffee, and now we're just going to switch out a few things so that we can make it a teacher's St. Patrick's Day design, and it will probably, well, I know it'll likely sell because I did this last year, and I got it onto the first page of the St. Patrick's Day teacher shirt whenever you go on Amazon. So what I did here was I found a shirt that said coffee, teach, repeat. And then all I did was change the font, put different art in it, add shenanigans, so coffee, teach, shenanigans, repeat, and then boom, we have a shirt that is now completely different from anything else that's in the teachers or St. Patrick's Day space. And it probably speaks to teachers in a really big way, because if you're in the teachers niche, you know that combining coffee and teachers does really well. So coffee, teachers, shenanigans for a St. Patrick's Day shirt, that's why it wound up on the first page. So this is my process for bringing new designs to a niche. Maybe I'll start it with the autism niche. And this is just a different example. I'll go to the autism niche, and then I'll go to Pinterest and I'll look up coffee shirts on Pinterest, or I'll look up mom shirts on Pinterest, because a lot of the feelings and emotions towards autism are support and awareness and, understanding people's life. So coffee is one of those passions. Moms are one of those empathetic and caring niches. So using those designs and those sayings from those shirts, you can just put in the things that you know about autism into those designs that you might see on Pinterest or things like that. And now you can create a completely new design with a completely new saying that no one else has ever done before. And you now have a brand new design that is likely going to get a lot of attention because it's something new. It's something no one else has, and it's something no one has done before. And the one thing we need to keep in mind whenever we're doing this research is that it needs to happen all the time, because for one, your design is eventually going to not sell anymore. You're either going to sell it to the point where it's just so many people have it, or you're going to get copied and some people are going to bump you down. And there's also the thought that people love having new stuff. That's why merch is always the results for merch are always different, and the same thing on Etsy. Because whenever you have a new design that comes into the space that does really well, it's going to bump an older design. So if you're relying on your past designs and you're not doing any research as far as what you need to do in the future, this is a very bad thing. So niche research is going to start with finding a large niche that you can get into, one that has a proven amount of buyers. Number 2, you're going to cross niche if you can. 3, you're going to go to Pinterest and you're going to find a not a related niche, but a completely different niche that also has a bunch of sayings and stuff that goes with it. It's known for having sayings and stuff like that. You're going to look at the sayings that come up in a different niche. You're going to switch those for your current niche. You're going to change the font. You're going to put some art in. And now you have a completely new design to bring to your space. Let's do this one more time with the craft beer space, because I love the craft beer space because it relates so freaking well with coffee. What really made me a ton of money in the craft beer space is that I found designs in the coffee niche and just changed them to fit the craft beer niche. Because again, I proved that craft beer had a ton of sales. I knew that coffee was one thing that people loved that was really closely related to craft beer and had a bunch of different sayings. And then I just switched some of the stuff out, made it a craft beer shirt, and boom, it sells. So the shirt that I found in the coffee niche that I wanted to convert to a craft beer niche is, what is it, caffeine or coffee over cardio. Guess what? This is real easy. You just change it to craft over cardio or something like that. And now you have a completely new design. I don't think this is in the craft beer niche at all. And so now with this type of niche research, you have the unlimited amount of designs that you can bring to Etsy, to merch, to any sort of print-on-demand platform that is in the, the t-shirt space, because this is just something that is going to be needed forever. People are always going to want to have something new, like we said, and they're always going to want to have something creative and funny. If you can combine your talents with people's needs, you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to do well for yourself in life. I hope that all this makes sense, guys. I hope you're having a great day. And just remember, someone is going to do something amazing every day. Why not you? See ya.